today I'll be showing you how to turn an old toy into a lamp. To do this, you will need a lamp kit. It comes with a wire, the lamp socket, the lamp harp, which holds your lampshade, and all of the nuts and bolts and pipes that you will need for this. And they're easy to find. They're at all like Home Depot hardware stores. A drill, several sizes of drill bits, a screwdriver, E6000, a base for your lamp, masking tape, a Sharpie, the toy that you're turning into a lamp, a lampshade, a light bulb, and optionally spray paint. To get started, we are going to drill a hole through the toy that we're using, so that way we can fit the piping through to turn this into a lamp. So we're going to use the masking tape and the Sharpie to measure where we're putting the hole in, because we want the holes to line up through the toy. That way we can get the pipe through. If they're all set, it's not going to go through and it's not going to work turning into a lamp. So we're going to just put a straight line of tape around. So that we know that our holes are going to line up. And we're going to draw a dot where we're going to put the hole in. So we have marked off where we're going to be drilling through. We're going to start with a smaller drill bit, so that way we don't crack the plastic, and then work our way to a bigger one. For this video, I said that we were going to be using a drill, so I'm going to go over the parts of a drill and how to use one correctly. This is the chuck. It is where you put the drill bit in. The drill bit is the part that drills the hole for you. These numbers control the speed. This one is specifically for drilling holes into things. This right here goes back and forth. There's a button on either side, which controls middle is locked, forwards and backwards, so you can drill in and reverse the drill bit back out. This is your battery, which is your power source. And this trigger, which will not pull back because we're in the locked position, is how you use the drill and have power to drill into things. To change drill bits, you're going to take the chuck and you're going to spin it, so that way it opens. So righty, tighty, lefty, loosey. So that's open. Closed, you'll see these little 3 triangles come out, and they will tighten to hold the drill bit in place. So when you're changing drill bits, make sure it's in the locked position. You don't want to accidentally have it turn on while you're swapping back and forth. So we would just take a drill bit that we want to use, place it in the hole. It's not quite big enough, so you're going to lefty-loosey to open it more. And then righty-tighty to hold it in place. You want to make sure the drill bit is straight. That way you don't have any problems with it. And then you would turn it on. And then you are all set to use your drill. So I'm starting with a 5/54, which is the smallest one I have at least. And we are going to drill right where our mark is. And then we're going to flip it over and drill the other side. And this is not the best shape for this, since you can't just flip it onto the 4 legs on the opposite side, so you're just going to have to hold it, be very careful as you do this. All right, so we've got our first hole. We're gonna now make it wider by going up a couple sizes. And I'm skipping it to 532, actually. I'm gonna skip to 9/64. Flip it over, do the same on the other side. And this feels like a lot of steps, but it's better to go slowly than crack the toy that you're working on and then not have a replacement for it. And then I'm going up to 3/16. And 7/32. And now I'm going to 1/4. So now we have our hole through our horse, and I can see that it lines up perfectly. There's a straight shot. However, these are a little bit bigger than the hole that I've drilled. So we're gonna put a couple holes next to it to expand that space, so that way we can fit this through. And then we're just gonna very carefully line up and do 4 more holes. Kind of like you're making a flower. Once you've drilled a hole through your toy that is big enough for the pipe to pass through, you're gonna take the pipe, and with the pipe there should be washers and a pair of nuts and a coupling device if you wanted a much longer lamp. I'm gonna keep mine fairly small. You're going to slide the pipe through the hole that you've drilled and take one of the nuts and a washer and decide how tall you want this to be. So the lamp harp is going to add an extra 8 inches, and then you're going to slide the washer on. And the whole thing is screwed, so it's going to take a little while, but you're just going to keep spinning it all the way down to hold it in place, and then you're going to add the nut to lock that in place. So now we're going to add the nut. And screw that on. And then you're going to flip it over and add the washer and nut to the bottom. And that's going to keep your lamp stable, the pipe at least stable and where you want it to be and at the right height. And now, it doesn't wobble, you're good. You're going to start assembling your lamp. So you're gonna take your wire and you're gonna thread it from the bottom to the top because you want to be able to assemble the lamp going upwards, unless you decide you're building this upside down and you want an upside down toy for your lamp. And do not at any point plug this in until you're totally finished. So you have your lamp pipe through, you're going to take your lock nut and thread it on. It only really goes on one way best. You're going to screw that down for a bit. And then you're going to connect your lamp neck. So it's normally a decorative piece. You're going to slide that on. Twist the two together. This little piece is called a lamp nipple. You're going to slide that on as well. and then screw that into your lamp neck. Now you're going to take your lamp harp, you're going to squeeze the 2 wires, pop that off. This is the base. It is going to get slid on as well. Now you're going to take your socket cup, which is this little thing, it's shaped like a cup. You're going to thread the wires through that. That screws into place, but we're going to hold it tight off of that for right now. So we split the lamp a little extra. We're going to make an underwire knot where you make a loop and a loop facing the opposite direction, and then you thread the wire through the loops you've made to hold everything in place. So we have our underwire knot. We are now going to look for our neutral, and this wire is our neutral. You can tell it has like little grooves on it, and this one only has the seam from where I split it. So the grooves mean it's neutral. And for light amps, neutral is going to be silver. So there's this gold screw and a silver screw. You want to attach this neutral one to this silver one. So now we're going to use our screwdriver and loosen it. And this is why you are not plugging this in until the very last step, because you are holding all the electrical. So we're going to loosen it. You don't need to take the screw out all the way. And you're just going to wrap this around it. And tighten it back into place. Once your neutral wire is attached, you're going to turn and you're going to attach your conductor wire, and you're just going to loosen this screw as well. And slide that wire through and wrap it around. And you're going to tighten that back up again. So we've got both of these attached. All right, everything is attached. We're now going to slide this down. We're going to pull the wire down and in. A little bit extra wire, hold that two open. We're going to slide this down and up so it sits in here. And now we're going to take our socket cover cap with the paper lining and slide it over the top and lock it into place. You'll hear a little clicking. There we go. You should hear clicking all the way around. You don't want it partially attached like over here. So you're gonna press it together until you hear that click. There you go. So now we're tightened. We're gonna pull all this extra wire back in. This little screw, we're gonna loosen. And that screws on as well. And now we're going to tighten that screw back up. All right, so now all of your electrical is totally taken care of. You are going to take your lamp part, make sure the little sleeves are up out of the way. You're going to squeeze and slide back in and slide the sleeves back down to hold your lamp harp in place. Our lamp is completed. We, however, still need to create a base for it and attach it to a base, so I'm going to set this aside for right now. And I'm going to take our wooden block base and I'm going to spray paint it gold. Just to add a little more pizzazz. You can leave it natural, you can paint it any color you want. It is totally up to you how you design it. You can also spray paint the toy that you're turning into a lamp as well, so that way it's all one color. It is really up to you to be as creative as you feel like. While this dries, however, we are going to plug in our lamp to make sure that it works and we put everything together before we fully attach the base to the lamp itself. And now, the moment of truth for our lamp. Ta-da! So now we know everything works. We are going to then turn it off, unplug it, and then attach it to our base, which should now be dry. Our base is dry, and our lamp we know already works, so we are going to attach the lamp itself to the base, so that way it is more stable. So we are going to take our lamp. We're going to figure out where we want it positioned on our base, so pretty much center. And we're going to take our E6000 and we are going to glue down all the points of the base, of the lamp that touches the base. So we're just going to do that by putting E6000 on the hoops. And we're going to press it down. And this is going to take about 24 hours to dry, but once it's dry, you are all set and ready to use your lamp wherever you would like to have it in your house.
Support public libraries. Like, share, and subscribe for more great videos.